Hello and welcome to Focus on Liberia. Ansony Sieh, a late night edition of our broadcast here, the Hour of Politics. As always, we are broadcasting from our headquarters in Atlanta. If you are just joining in, we want to say welcome. I need just about 45 minutes of your time. I have a topic, but then I have to comment on something before we go into our topic because that is very serious. Hit that share button. Get this broadcast in any chat room you are a member. Share it with your friends. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with a family member. And let's have a conversation this evening, this night. Wherever you are, let's do this. It's obvious, and I understand it when people say that we only have one country, and that country is Liberia, irrespective of where we are. But let's get to business here. Our topic for today: Vice President Joseph Boakar's Unity Party is dragged to court again for not paying rent. What a topic. The Unity Party has been dragged to court again under the able and capable hands of former Vice President Joseph Boakar. The edited statement, some refer to him, Joseph Experience Boakar. His party, the Unity Party, that was in charge of our country just barely a few months ago, if you don't mind, or a few years ago, it's been dragged to court. And you are saying this is not the first time? Yes, I'm saying that. We have the facts, and we're going to give it to you. But there's something I must talk about quickly. The current wave of murders in Monrovia and the panicking effect. Folks, those of you like me who follow the social media, some of you who, like me, take your time to read the newspapers in Liberia. Thank God for internet. You don't have to pay a dime. You just have to go on your phone and you can read the newspaper to know what is happening in your country. Or maybe go on your phone and listen to a podcast or read a post. You get an idea about what is obtaining. Or sometimes you call a friend, a family member, and they tell you what is obtaining. We know for a fact that in Monrovia, the capital of our country, people allegedly are being killed after a month, sometime within weeks or days. And there has been going on and on and on, and it has reached a level that fear is the order of the day in our country. And it is easier for us to say, but where is the leadership on this issue? But before we get to that aspect of the leadership, let's talk about the art of killing another. Who are the individuals carrying on this art, this wickedness? Who are these individuals? Are these people Liberians doing this kind of thing? Are these people actually Liberians? Have we not seen this? Have we not had enough of taking away the lives of others for whatever reason? Have we not had enough of this as a country? After we have seen it all and the impact thereof, of killing others for whatever the reasons are. Have we not seen that? Are we now where we are today as a country because of killing each other? And so to see in our country, for fellow Liberians to even contemplate on going out to take away the life of another, it's unbelievable. Whether or not they were pushed by somebody, whether or not they were paid by somebody, whether or not they wanted something, whether or not it's about the tough time in the country that is pushing them to do that, that is no justifiable reason whatsoever. Taking the life of another should not even cross the mind of a Liberian, because we have seen it all and we are bearing the blunt. We are suffering from the consequences of taking away the lives of others. And you know what I'm talking about. The war, even before the war, these kind of killings were common in our communities or in our community. And one can make the argument that this also contributed to that war, which was the climax of it all. And so in a Liberia that have seen it all, and so among Liberians who have seen it all, for some of them to think it's okay to muster the courage, and I will not call it courage, to muster the wickedness in them to go and take away the life of others. I'm sure no Liberian can understand it, and no Liberian can make sense of it. And come to think about the fear it has instilled in the country. And the contributing factors of that fear: people rushing, people leaving work early, people leaving their hustling ground early or their hustling places early, just because of fear. Maybe the little business is supposed to make, at the end of the day, they will not make it, because sometimes some people don't make any business until 6 p.m. But this person have to leave now because of that fear. That person will not end that could put bread on their table tomorrow, just because someone has decided it's okay to take away the life of others. And maybe that person's justification will be because somebody asked me to, because somebody told me to, because it will benefit me. And so to the issue of leadership. Have we now heard about the death of Matthew Innes? With no leadership whatsoever, we did not come to any closure on the death of that gentleman. Fast forward, have we not heard about the death of Odell Sherman, who we know the suspect, but then there has not been any form of accountability so far? That young girl had to die prematurely. And that too is history. And there's no accountability. Fast forward, auditors, 9-1, 9-2, 9-3, but 4 of them, in the period of 8 days, 4 auditors that had information about some wrongdoing. Somewhere, somehow, we were told they got killed from carbon monoxide poisoning. That is the lecture we were given. And as we speak, there's no accountability. Fast forward, the EPA officer, well trained, who got his training year in the US, we were told he shot himself 3 times. A man who was serving the president of the republic, he served Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 solid years. There was no report whatsoever of any insanity on his part. That too is history. And now, as though we have not had enough of these kind of killings, we are hearing about the death of a former president's son. President William V.S. Tubman's son got killed. And up to now, there has not been any meaningful and serious investigation. No updates. Month later, another president's son will have to be killed. William V.S. No, not William. Yeah, William Arrow Tubman the third was killed. We understand he was the ambassador of peace, or Liberia peace ambassador, appointed by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and maintained by the current president. These are prominent citizens whose life got taken away in this manner. And here we are. All is good. Nothing has happened. You think you may have enough already, right? Now we are talking about an immigration officer. Again, killed in cold blood in her home in Broadville area. When is this ever going to stop? When are we ever going to see leadership being exhibited? Blessedly for us as a people, we are close to developing countries. Because of the internet, we see everything nearly everywhere. We know that when there is serious case of criminality, of evil, in the cases that I have mentioned, you will see periodic updates being given by the law enforcement authority. But our case is different. But I will tell you this. Focus on Liberia. We'll be talking about this on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and you do not want to miss it. We are doing our research. We'll bring you all the number of people that got killed. And up to this point, there has not been any conclusion. Our government talks about logical conclusion, but nothing has ever been concluded logically. I have now forgotten about the 3 boys. They've been missing. The man who last spoke to them, the man we reportedly will send them out, St. Moses, he's right there in Monrovia. Our understanding is that the government of Liberia does business with this man, even though he was the one who has sent these children. And after he sent them, they disappear out of a sudden. St. Moses is not being investigated as a suspect. We heard he was being called here and there, and that was it. He's a free man. He's doing his business. The boys, whether or not they have been killed, but we know we cannot find them anywhere. A mystery, right? That is a mystery. That is a mystery. So on the issue of leadership, you would think that there would be leadership provided from the level of the Attorney General, our Attorney General, who is Musa Dean. He's spineless. I mean, this is the chief law enforcement officer of the country. And at some point, a Jefferson Koji blasted at him, talked to him in a demeaning fashion as though he was talking to a child that lived with him. So I understand Musa Dean's situation, but that is not an excuse. He accepted this job. He's a lawyer. He knows the law. He would think he is a leader. He would think he is a serious-minded man who occupies a consequential position. And there he is being blasted at by a Koji who has no serious understanding of governance issue, leadership, running a country, legal matters. So that guy is just there. And the only reason he's there is because he gets paid. He's not there to do a piece of job for the people of Liberia. If he were there to do so, he would do so. For the most part, all we've seen from him is to just cover up just everything that the government actually is guilty of. This guy told us the map of money, not a dime went missing. That's what he said. And that the auditors that got killed, talking of Gifty and Abba Peters, he said that was Cabo Manonsa person. And that was the end of the story. And so, folks, let's get to the main topic here for this evening. I told you, focus on Liberia. We'll be going into details with these numbers of killings. Allegedly, the people say legally we should say, because one is proven innocent, right? And not proven guilty. Or one is innocent before proving guilty. So, folks, let's get to our main topic of the day. Our main topic of the day is Vice President JNB. I like the VP's, nickname or the acronym of his name, JNB. I love that. So VP JNB's Unity Party is dragged to court for not paying rent. Where am I coming from with this? So here we are. It may interest you that this is not happening for the first time. The Unity Party, as we speak, is in court because the Unity Party has not paid its rent for 3 years, 4 months. That sounds unbelievable, right? Unity Party. The Unity Party of Joseph Yumambwaka has not paid its rent for its headquarters for 3 years, 4 months, folks. And how much the Unity Party owes? 180,000 United States dollars. That is what the Unity Party owes for its headquarters. So Unity Party have been using the property free. 12 years, they couldn't even pay their headquarters. But that is not the story that I want to talk about. Why has the Unity Party not paid its dues? Pay its rent, been living or using this facility that is not owned by the Unity Party for free for 3 years and 4 months? Unity Party? I mean, when I read the story, I couldn't believe it. And so I decided to reach out to folks in the Unity Party. I reached out to the Secretary General Moali. Say, hey, Mo, there is a report here in the papers talking about your Unity Party being taken to court for $180,000 that you owe for your headquarters that you are renting. And I am Ansony Sieh from Focus on Liberia. He said, what? Focus on Liberia? What do you do? So when I explained, I said, we are a media institution. We do weekly broadcasts. We conduct interviews. We host debates. We do analysis of current events. We discuss all topics, and cover most issues. And I even sent him one of our broadcast video. Say, hey, this is one of our broadcast video, so you know or see the media institution I'm talking about. And that was it. He didn't answer my question. He left. I also sent similar message to my lovely GM brother, Josh Lobo. I like that guy. He's my GM brother. We have a very good relationship. I sent it to George. I said, hey, George, this is this article talking about your party, your Unity Party. That is the best thing that ever happened. From what I listened to, Unity Party is the best thing that ever happened. The way you talk about this party. It is this party, Mr. Lobo, according to report, owes 180,000 United States dollars. And according to the story, your party, the Unity Party, under the watchful eyes of Vice President Joseph Yimambwaka, has not paid the rent for your headquarters for 3 years, 4 months. George, can you speak to the accuracy of this story? Technology is a beautiful thing. So that was a text message I sent to Lobo. According to WhatsApp, Lobo saw the message. According to WhatsApp, he read the message. And he didn't even acknowledge receipt of the message. Neither did he get back to me on my inquiry. I'm hoping that he might be doing some research on that. So let's go into the story, folks. Earlier, I told you this is not the first time the Unity Party is being threatened with court action for not paying rent for its headquarters. In July of 2019, in Bond County, Unity Party again was threatened to be dragged to court for 90 months rent. So 2019 in Bond County, to Mbanga to be specific, where the Unity Party also had been renting a 3-bedroom house that the Unity Party had been using as its headquarters in Banga, Bond County. The landlord of the property alarmed that Unity Party was owing him 90 months rent for the headquarters that the Unity Party had been using in Banga, Bond County. What? Unity Party? Seriously? So, in July of that 2019, Unity Party was indebted to its landlord for 19 months, totaling $6,000 US. So Unity Party could not pay $6,000 US, and it was in arrears to the owner of the property that the Unity Party was using as its headquarters in Bon County, Banga. We'll come to the recent one talking about the 180,000. This one went to court. And it might interest you to hear what the lawyer of the Unity Party said. Why in court? But let's talk about the first time Unity Party defaulted on its obligation. According to the landlord, Unity Party was renting the property to others in violation of the rental agreement. So this is the Unity Party. This is our Unity Party. This is the Unity Party of Joseph Imam Boakai and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. These people that control power. 12 good years. Just about the time they were leaving power, they could not afford their rent. The Unity Party was subleasing. So here's the thing. The property was given to the Unity Party and was a 3-bedroom facility. According to the gentleman, the owner, the proprietor of the property, he said, according to the rental agreement, Unity Party was not allowed to sublease the property. In other words, I'm giving you my property to rent. Do not bring somebody in here, maybe give them 1 room or 2 rooms to rent and that they have to pay to you. Unity Party are calling to the owner of the property. It was in their agreement that Unity Party needed not to do so. But Unity Party, in violation of that agreement, did that. So Unity Party was renting the property to others in violation of the rental agreement. So because Unity Party could not afford, Unity Party decided that, oh, you know what we will do, we'll bring some people in, they pay half. Even when the people they brought in to share the place with them in violation of the rental agreement, though the people were paying, Unity Party still could not pay the rent for the place. What happened? Unity Party then National Chairman William Page, when he was contacted by the media, had confirmed the Unity Party's indebtedness to the owner of the property that the Unity Party was using in Banga, Bon County as its headquarters. So the media could not believe this. So how can this be? They reached out to William Page. William Page at the time was the chairman of the Unity Party. William Page picked up the phone. He said, yes, that's true. We owe $6,000. We owe this property owner 19 months and we have not paid. What? Unity Party of Joseph Imam Boakai? Our VP, who had a budget of nearly 2 million plus every year, and he is in charge here of this party, and they cannot pay their bills. They cannot pay rent of all the members that they have. Are members not paying dues for them to raise money and be able to pay the rent for their headquarters in Bon County? And Unity Party was being threatened with court action. And here is the chairman, William Page. I appreciate his honesty. Say, yeah, we owe the young man 19 months. So then, official of Unity Party Bon chapter were not taking proper care of the building. Again, the owner of the property said that even though Unity Party was defaulting, became delinquent, could not afford, could not pay the rent for the place, they were also not taking proper care of my property. The property was not being maintained. It was in bad shape. Just a simple building that the Unity Party was using at its headquarters in Bond County. Number one, the Unity Party could not afford to pay the rent for that place for 19 months and was in an arrear of 6,000 United States dollars. 19 months. That was the issue number one. Number two, the very Unity Party violated the rental agreement that they have reached with the property owner that do not sublease this place to any other person. It should be only you in this particular property. Unity Party said, well, that thing you're talking, even though we signed the agreement, you're on your own. Unity Party went and put others in the property. So those people possibly were paying to them, because I don't want to believe that, you know, they put people in there for free. Even if they did that for free, right? That was in violation of the rental agreement. Unity Party did that anyway. You think those two will be enough for the experienced Unity Party, the sophisticated Unity Party, the responsible Unity Party? You think those two will be enough for them to what? Just come to their senses? But no. The Unity Party was just getting started. What did the Unity Party do? The Unity Party could not take proper care of the building, of the facility that it was using as its headquarters. It's obvious, right? I mean, you need money to take care of the place. If you can't afford the rent, where will you even get the money from, right? To take care of the place. Folks, we are talking about the great Unity Party, the experienced Unity Party, the responsible Unity Party, the Unity Party that is the biggest party in the land, the Unity Party that controlled power for 12 solid years, the longest serving political party in government since the war. Just barely a few months after they left power, or a few years after they left power, the Unity Party cannot afford rent for its headquarters in Bond County, owing 6,000, violating rental agreement, not taking proper care of the facility. I can just imagine how that place was looking. But that is the Unity Party. And so the owner of the property had threatened to take the Unity Party to court. And some of you might be wondering, but what is Sieh up to here? I mean, anybody can default, you know, people experience foreclosure, people get evicted. So how is this a big deal? You know, it's this guy picking bone with the Unity Party. He must be up to something here. It seems to be he does not like the Unity Party. I mean, the media. We are talking about a political institution that should be responsible enough to be worthy of Liberian people's vote and entrust them with power, and not only power, their lives and their happiness. This is the political institution we're talking about. So if you cannot pay rent as an institution, can you take care of the Liberian people? Maybe it's obvious why the Unity Party was a complete fiasco government. They left our country after serving us for what? 12 years. They left off with an educational system that was, in Ellen's words, a mess. They left that mess with us. and you don't see the picture. And this is the very unity party that wants to come to power again. And while it's trying to find a way to power, it can't even pay his dues. So the first thing that will happen when unity party comes to power, unity party might likely ditch into the coffers and take money and start paying all the arrears that they owe so they can go to court. That's what the unity party might do. If they can't get the money now, if they get in government, of course they will get the money from government. They can't get it from where they're supposed to get it to pay. What does the unity party want to be? The unity party wants to be in government again. Why? Government is juicy. You control the money. So it matters. You must be responsible. I must be responsible. And if I'm not responsible, it's your responsibility to tell me. Be a responsible citizen. Let us hold each other accountable, especially these people that want power. We, the people, our constitution is clear. All power is inherent in the people. They're coming to us for our power. We should give it to people who will do well by and for us. So if these people are not responsible enough to pay their own dues, to pay their own rent, it's obvious what they're going to do, because we've seen the unity party before. I know others will make the argument, unity party, Bay institution, unity party, Bay hospital. Was unity party using their own money anyway? Unity party was using the Liberian people money, and even if you compare the one taken by the folks in the unity party that they use on themselves and the one they use on our country, the unity party is a cheat political institution. I say that. Let me progress. So that is your unity party. Now, this unity party will not learn. This experienced unity party will not learn from the disgrace it had experienced in Bon County in 2019, when the unity party defaulted on the payment of its rent for its headquarters in Bon County. The unity party was humiliated. The party chairman had to admit that, yes, we owe this property on 19 months. And you think the unity party will put its house in order, will be able to raise funds from its members to get current on their rent payment. You would think the unity party would do that. You would think the unity party would be able to do that under the leadership of Mr. Experienced, humble Vice President Joseph Yemabwaka. You think our dear unity party, our lovely unity party of Liberia will do so? What do we see? Business as usual. Let it roll. So it's rolling. And so let us roll. So folks, fast forward. We are in 2021. Fast forward. We are in November of 2021. Another report is coming out of the unity party defaulting on its rent payment at its number one headquarters right there in Monrovia, where it squatted on power and cheated our people on development. It can't pay the rent for the headquarters that it used throughout that time when it was in power, because it doesn't have power anymore. Oh yeah, maybe that makes the unity party to be deserving of another opportunity, right? Somebody might be saying, the little girl can say my fault. Well, I go to the issue here, folks. As we speak, the Unity Party is in court. This November, the Unity Party is in court. Why? The Unity Party owes 40 months, which is about 3 years, 6 months rent at its national headquarters, right there in Monrovia. Ores Congo Town. Unity Party can pay. And who are the leaders in this Unity Party anyway? Some of them running to be president. Some of them running to be representatives and senators. Some of them are on the bench to be appointed ministers. And they can't even pay their dues. I doubt these people are paying their dues. So, folks, Unity Party dragged to court again for rent arrears in the tune of 180,000 United States dollars. Let me go a little faster here first. To give you more specifics, the UPOs from July of 2018, it was in 2018 the Unity Party turned power over to George Weah. And that Unity Party started owing the very year it turns power over. And since then, it has not paid. So let me read my little note here. The UPOs from July 1st of 2018 to July 30th of 2021 at US $6,000 per year. So the Unity Party has been renting this property for $60,000 a year. And it's been 3 months now, 3 years now. The Unity Party has not paid. So the Unity Party was dragged to court by the owner of the property that the Unity Party uses as its headquarters in Monrovia. At the court hearing, the Unity Party's legal team admitted owing for 40 months. So the Unity Party lawyer who represented the Unity Party, when the Unity Party was shamefully and disgracefully dragged to court for its failure and its delinquency, for not paying its dues, and yet the Unity Party is running to be president, their lawyer has no other options whatsoever other than to say, yeah, it's true. We owe 40 months. We have not paid from July 1st of 2018 to July 30th of 2021. We have not paid a dime, according to the Unity Party's lawyer. So it's obvious why Mo Ali will not comment on the accuracy of this report. It is obvious why Josh Lobo, my beloved young brother, when Big Brother reached out to him, will not comment on it, because it's shameful, it's embarrassing, it's ugly. But hey, the Unity Party, when they say party that get dry face, the Unity Party people, they will tell you they are the best. They are well suited. They are the most responsible party. They are the most experienced party to lead our people. We see your experience. They experience lecture now. We've seen it. Now I see what experience looks like in the minds of folks in the Unity Party. We see this is the experience. This is the maturity. This is being responsible. Defaulting on your rent payment for 40 months. 40 months, it's a long time. 3 years, 4 months. Let me progress, folks. Unity Party's lawyers, led by Anthony Miller Kataka, I hope I got it right. Unity Party's lawyers, led by Anthony Miller Kataka, pleaded with the court for time. So when the Unity Party had no other option other than to say, yes, we have not paid our rent for our headquarters in Concord Town there for 40 months, which is about 3 years, 4 months. Please give us some time. We want to go and verify the records to see how come we have not paid. Wow. If I'm looking for a lawyer, this guy can't be my lawyer. But anyway, he had to say something. Let me not beat on him. Let me be a little bit merciful here, folks. The lawyer said, please give us time. We'll pay. You had 3 years, 4 months. You didn't pay a penny. And now you will pay? When you had just left power in 2018, you defaulted on July payment. 2018, 3 years ago, you defaulted on July payment up to 2021. When you left power, some of you had small money in your pocket because you were working, I would say. 6 months after you left power, you couldn't pay. And you think 3 years after you left power, you're going to pay and you're asking for time. You have had from July of 2018 to July of 2021, you didn't pay. Now that many of you, your pockets are all torn off, some of you don't have a job, your members are in poverty, and you say you're going to pay. If 3 years, 4 months were not enough for you to pay, how much time you think you need now to pay for this headquarters when things are just bad for you now? Experience Unity Party. Now we see this experience thing. So folks, I told you I don't want to waste too much of your time here today. The breaking news here is our beloved Unity Party, this most experienced, sophisticated political institution that had the greatest opportunity in our lifetime since the war to have occupied power, to have had a government that was well funded. After leaving power 6 months later, the party started defaulting on rent payment for its headquarters. And this Unity Party is coming back to us saying, we are your guys, or we are your guy. Give us power again. Because the last time we had it, we treated you well. Oh, I know how well it is when I see one. I know you did not leave us with an educational system that was meaningful to our people. I know you did not leave us with a healthcare system that was meaningful with our people. I know you did not leave us with roads that were meaningful to our people. I know all that. And I know you left millions of Liberians in poverty. I know you created an institution that was complete toothless bulldog that were being controlled. I know that. And this is your qualification. And these are the things that qualify you, Unity Party. Under the leadership of my dear father, Joseph Homo Yuma Boaka. Mr. Boaka, apparently you have no idea what's going on. Your party, the Unity Party, owes 180,000 United States dollars for your headquarters, where I understand you should have an office, given that you are a political leader, or if not, that you visit all the time. You are using a property that you don't pay for. The Unity Party, when it was in power, folks, the Unity Party was using government-built properties free. So maybe the free thing got used to them. I don't think they were paying for the executive mansion because it's owned by Liberia. I don't know if they ever used it. I know there was fire. I know they were renovating it until they squander a lot of money on that thing, and it is not in use as we speak. You know, all the buildings that it built, talking about the ministerial complex, of course, I gave that to the Unity Party. But Unity Party, you didn't use your own money, man. You signed a contract with us to do well by us, and you did little. And you think I'm here to praise you? That is my job. My job is to do analysis that brings out the truth for the Liberian people to know and see through our leaders that they have no good intentions, and the only intentions they always have is to fill their pockets and come to us with sweet mouths. We are tired of that. You can't pay your rent. You owe 3 years, 4 months in Monrovia. You owe 19 months in Banga. You're running around here telling us you are experienced. You've been around, you've been in the business. You are the only capable hands. Something that minimum, giving your huge membership. You can't pay your rent. Just 2 headquarters. You defaulted. Big time. Unity Party. Look, to those of you who don't fight for this country, who play partisanship, who plays individuals over the country because you love the person, because the person and you come from the same county or town or party, or maybe share some form of nativity, you need to stop this. It's not getting us there. We have been doing it again and again, and we are where we are because of what we have collectively. You know, hold our leaders accountable when you're in a party where there's no competition. You say Yaman Bwaka is the head of the Unity Party. He contested in 2017. He's contesting again. He's the only man. When he leaves, there'll be a vacuum. He's not even bringing forth individual. Everybody just piling behind him. We can't build this country like this. How you go to a convention and coronate somebody, and you come to the ANC, it's the same thing. One man ran 2017. He's alone running again. They didn't even give us a primary. I would not stop preaching this message. Give us a democratic competition. You're not ready for the democracy you tell us. So I can go back to my village, there where I came from. During that time, the chief was the chief. Our people were happy. But stop this lecture about democracy. Stop the lecture about rule of law. Stop telling us about transparency. Stop telling us about leadership when you don't have it in you. You sit, and it should just be you and you and you. You say that leadership is not about the people. It is not about preparing people for the future. Don't you know the story of the Liberty Party? Charles Walker Bronskin, peace to his ashes. No man is perfect. I'm not even close. In his own way, he was a decent Liberian. He just did not do well enough. He was the man. He didn't bring forth individuals. There was no competition. The party constitution was structured for him to be the king. And when the king left, what happened to the empire? The empire went for our leadership. This is the sad story of Liberia. And we all need to change that. So folks, let me conclude here. The Unity Party has embarrassed itself The Unity Party, I'm calling on the Unity Party to have a press conference and first confess that it owes, and then tell us that it's going to pay, and they should pay that individual who owns that property. How you live in somebody's property, or using somebody's property for 3 years, 4 months, you don't pay a dime? How you expect the person to survive? This is how the people come to power, and they take all the money and expect the Liberian people to survive. If this is not a classic example of all the talk about experience, sophistication, understanding leadership, and be able to deliver it, then I don't know where to look again. This is simple. Pay your rent and earn your respect. If you don't do it, you don't have respect. Well, I don't apologize for my style. I do not apologize for my style. I know deep down in your heart, you want a Liberia. If you are in Unity Party, I know you are embarrassed by this. Do something about it. And some of them will come and just attack me because I'm telling the truth, and the truth is just biting them so hard, and it's shameful. You know what I want you to do? Do that to me. For an open rebuke is better than a hidden love. That's what a good book said. I'm not a Bible guy, but I love that book. That book, I love it. If you read that book, you will learn a lot of things. You'll be smart. Let's bring in some comments here quickly, and we'll call it a day. Mohammed writes, I'm watching from Painesville. Thank you for watching, brother. Let's hear from Angie. See one Helen again. Okay, I don't quite get it. What? Is it true? Juju Dekie, it's true, my brother. This is a true story. This is a true story. Watching you live from my Konya resident in Lofa County. Yeah, I need to come to Lofa, man. This is the link of the story. Maybe he posted it or something else. That is Prince. The government is doing 100% well, mister. Let the rich people pay security for their own self. I don't know. Somebody saying that. We dealt with that security issue. We'll deal with it. Yeah, focus on Liberia. Rich or poor, nobody deserves to be killed. Are you on contract to kill? I think they are having argument among themselves. Let's hear from Christopher Roti Tubase. Are you going to blame President Weah for the death of our citizens? They are having a conversation. I'm loving it. Tubase again, ritualistic killing. Will you go back in time and investigate all the killing of the American Liberians? He's shifting blame. And that is the thing I don't like about them. That is the partisanship that is despicable that I was talking about. We're talking about people dying today. The president of the republic is not offering a war. His own EPA officer who was serving in diligently got killed. He did not even visit the family, did not place a phone call to them. And you are going back to America, Liberian. Shame on you, Tubase. Stephen Collins writes, devs and insecurity don't know any particular group. Stop classifying people as America, Liberian. Thank you for that comment. Tubase, we can't keep doing this thing like this, man. I agree with you 100%. The American Liberians, as they were called when they came, they discriminated our people. They humiliated them. But that has since gone now. Your quote-unquote native people are in power. And what are they doing? People are dying and the leader is not speaking. He's mute. All you want to do is shift blame and not call on the today's leader to address this problem. They hear from woman, yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, that's what President we had said. That time when Gifted and Abbott got murdered, reportedly or allegedly in the car. He said boyfriend and girlfriend had something to do with it, as though he had conducted an investigation. He went so far as to say, woman, buy CCTV camera. How many Liberians working in the first place? Your government is a pro-poor government, right? How can pro-poor people be able to afford that? He right to say that because he controls the coffers. And some of you who don't know, President Weah and myself from the same town. The country not for him. He got the greatest opportunity to serve. Let him serve and serve well. That behavior of the man and myself from the same time, from the same party, so let me shut my mouth. It's not in my DNA. Let's go back to the comments, folks. You killing me, Mr. JNB? The VP office budget should be used to pay party rent? That's how he understood what I was saying. That's how he understood it. They are telling VP use your office budget that was intended for the running of your office. The VP were getting paid. The VP is an experienced leader. Let him provide a leadership that will translate into members paying their dues so that they can be able to pay their rent. I hope I help you to understand something here. Let's hear from Cody Williams. Cody Williams. Isn't it the same Unity Party that refused Ellis coming not to use their party group? Shame on them. That person writes. A lot of comments here. Let's hear from King Khan here. From Anturi, that's probably why they got upset with coming, because he didn't, I think meant to say, they didn't loan them money to pay their debt. They only attached themselves to him for monetary purposes. When he refused, they gain up. Politics here. This is the hour of politics. Your talk politics. I like it. That's what we're here for. Ellen can pay those arrears today. She's able, ready, but will never be willing. Upon her imminent demise, St. Moses will burn her, and her ashes will be, I think meant to say, incriminated or recriminated. All right. Let's hear from Malvinian Wallace. They want power to steal to pay all their bills and take the country money overseas to bank. That person wrote. Let's hear from Cummings here. That is Renda Cummings. This is a sign, people. Shine your eyes, because UP is looking for a way to survive. Another all presidency will be worse than we are regime. That sounds like a prophecy. Frances here say, wow. Yeah, Frances, when I saw that story, when we're doing our investigation, the first thing that came from my mouth, wow. All this time, and they have not paid JNB, our next president. I'm not stopping that. I believe in democracy. The people decide. The people decide. They decided for Ellen. They decided for Weah. They decided on Taylor, despite Taylor, perpetrating a vicious civil war on us and killing us. They signed their son and they voted. I know that. What I'm doing here is not to stop anybody from becoming president. I do not have the power. I do not. Mary and Will, Moses Star, this topic is very interesting because of waiting for JNB to be president for them to steal to pay the rent. That is a huge charge there. Let's hear from Mr. Jerome Gilman. He's an affiliate here, focus on Liberia, the host of our program On Point. I hope he's on point. Walker has experience in loan, but he has bad credit, so no more loan. That is a political shot there. I saw that coming. When it's Jerome, you will get a punch. That's why he does best. We hear from Jackson C. Patrick. Saint-Pade, you better go sleep before your frustration are up here. I like the conversation. I enjoy you people. You people are participating. I like that. Let's hear from Lincoln Colley. You're more. Why say things like this? Colley, if you can rewrite that comment, I know this phone thing sometime before you know it's all gone. Let's hear from Lovetta here. Just because he's not talking what you want to hear, sad. Yeah, somebody Coming is open to debating JNB and having a primary, etc. Or don't want JNB to debate ABC. All right. A lot of the debate has started here. Let's hear from, Darling here, who follows us here religiously. We appreciate you and everybody else that do the same. April 12, 1980, 13 former Togo officials were murdered on the beach of Monrovia. Is this the continuation of April 12, 1980? There's a reason for that person to take that reflective move, because a tugboat has been killed. A tugman has been killed, and we are not hearing anything meaningful. Native Christopher Tuwase support all of the killing in Liberia. I hope these grief families are taking notes. Somebody is putting Tuwase on notice here. Let me hear from a member of our Focus on Liberia family here. That is Mr. Leo Johnson. He is the host of the program here. He has a program here, Focus on Liberia, called The Liberian Drain. Mr. Johnson writes, how do you expect people who do not even keep track of their finances to pay their rent? No financial accounting and management. And Leo Johnson, to his credit, then preaching this message. Our political parties do not release their financial report to the public. They keep it a secret. Even after running for election, our laws require that you file what they call campaign finance with campaign finance report with the election commission. They don't do that. We have no record of that. It's sad. Let's hear from a powerhouse here. Innocently kill those innocent people in the pool. I mean, in the polls, I think meant to say at the pool, in the polls at the hands of the same wicked natives. Yeah, wickedness is the order of the day. Well, folks, I want to say a very, very big thank you to you for taking your time to join us here at Focus on Liberia, where we always try to educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. Let me bring you some exciting shows that are coming on, and you will not believe it, man. You will love it, folks. Let me bring that to you. Tomorrow, folks, we have a brand new program here at Focus on Liberia, a brand new program called the Freedom of Information Hour. The host of this program is Comrade Julius T. Jason II. What are they doing tomorrow? You do not want to miss it. The program is coming up tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow, it will start at 3 p.m. Oh, we are screwed up with the time here. We'll make a correction, but actually, this show is coming up tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, which will be 3 p.m. GMT in Liberia. We will make that correction. His guest tomorrow will be Anthony Isaac Jackson Jr. and Menipaka Dumoye. These are political intellectuals. They will be here to make the case. What they're talking about? Prospect of the CPP honor. Jose Yimambuaka. You do not want to miss it. It will be interesting. On Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 16th, we will have Dr. A. Joel King. We'll be talking about innovative ways into Liberia's future. All the politicians running around and not telling us how they will solve the problem. We have Dr. A. Joel King, who will be here on Focus on Liberia. He will sit with the well-rounded Dennis Jar and myself, Ansony Sieh. We will be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time. You don't want to miss it. What we'll be doing, we'll be looking at the area of emphasis on education and why we can use education, to catapult Liberia into the future. We'll also talk about youth empowerment and employment, growing the economy, new sources of revenue, technology, internet, digitization, mobile money. We will be talking solutions. Some of you have been calling for solutions. We got a solution package for you here at Focus on Liberia. And of course, tomorrow, Tough Talking Thursday with Dennis Jar, with his outstanding panel, will be here tomorrow. The best panel on the planet will be here on Tough Talking Thursday. You want to know what they will be talking about? They will be talking about pollution. Many of you see the dead in Monrovia stain. You don't want to miss it. And they're asking the question, does anybody care? This death, lead poisoning, all kinds of pollution. They have done their research. They have a guest who specialty is about this pollution thing, waste management and all that. I will be glued to it. You don't want to miss it. Well, folks, to conclude, breaking news, the Unity Party has defaulted, has failed miserably to pay its rent for its headquarters that it uses at the oldest Congo town. The Unity Party owes $180,000. That amount is for 3 years, 4 months. In other words, the Unity Party has not paid its rent for 3 years, 4 months. The Unity Party has been owing the property owner from July of 2008 to July of 2021 or 2021 as we always call it. Unity Party. And this is not the first time. The Unity Party in 2019 in Bangabong County was renting a 3-bedroom house that it was using at its headquarters in Bangabong County. In 2019, the Unity Party at some point was owing the property owner there in Bangabong County 19 months rent. And the total was $6,000, and the Unity Party could not pay again. When the Unity Party chairman at the time, Wilmot Page, was contacted, Wilmot Page acknowledged and confirmed that yes, the Unity Party could not pay for 18 months for its headquarters in Bong County. It is the same Unity Party that did not learn any lesson, the shame and embarrassment it has to incur or go through. The Unity Party during that time subleased the property in violation of the rental agreement that it had with the property owner. The agreement was that, hey, you're renting a 3-bedroom place to use it as your headquarters. We want only you alone to be here. The rule here is that you cannot give any room in this particular property to any other person. But the Unity Party subleased the property to others. And yet the Unity Party could not pay the rent. So the guy had threatened to carry the Unity Party to court. It went in the news. Unity Party was shamed and embarrassed. The same Unity Party is in arrear of $180,000 United States dollars as we speak. The Unity Party was taken to court. When they went to court, the Unity Party lawyer admitted that yes, we can't argue anything. We owe the property owner $180,000, which amount to 3 years, 4 months rent. We have not paid. But the lawyer of the Unity Party pleaded for more time. Pleaded for time, they need time to pay. That was the Unity Party lawyer speaking in our court. When we heard this news, we couldn't believe it here at Focus on Liberia. So we reached out to George Lobo and Mo Ali to confirm the accuracy of this story. Mo Ali, after asking, who are you, when I introduced myself that hey, this is Focus on Liberia, he did not comment again. George Lobo did not get back to me. But the fact that court records show that the Unity Party and its lawyer admitted the Unity Party cannot pay its rent. This is not the first time. This is the second time. And this time around, the Unity Party did not pay its rent for 3 years, 4 months. What does that tell you about the Unity Party? This is how we will come to the end of this night edition of the Hour of Politics here at Focus on Liberia, always brought to you by Ansony Sieh. Some of you don't know my middle name. Ansony Sieh. My middle name is Ansony Sieh, and that's a female name from the cruise. I love that. Many of you don't understand it. So, folks, we will draw down the curtains, and until we see you again, as always, we close with our song that says, "We are all Liberians." Until I catch you again, bye-bye.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.